So in the fourth scene of the play, we cut back to Orsino's 3 days later. Viola is fully in disguise as a young man. And clearly something has happened in those 3 days that has propelled a relationship between Count Orsino and this new young man into a place of trust and of wanting to use this man to fulfill his mission. Orsino is not going to Olivia's house in person to do his wooing. He is, day by day, deputizing a number of messengers. And those messengers so far have not made it through the front gate. Now he commissions a new messenger, sees in this messenger aptness to perform a role, and describes the body that we see in front of him as being utterly persuasive in this role.
Sure, my noble lord, if she be so abandoned to her sorrow as it is spoke, she never will admit me.
Be clamorous and leap all civil bounds, rather than make unprofited return.
Say I do speak with her, my lord. What then?
Then unfold the passion of my love. Surprise her with discourse of my dear fate. It shall become thee well to act my woes. She will attend it better in thy youth than in a nuncio's and more grave aspect.
A nuncio is an ambassador. Ambassador is sent by a prince to a foreign prince to deliver a message. And that message is always under instruction. So the nuncio, or the ambassador, is speaking for the prince, never for himself, delivering a message that is structured, is committed, is commissioned. And you don't go off text as an ambassador, because that leads to diplomatic chaos and also to war, to all kinds of things that are going to become fractured and fragmented and disastrous. He sets up Cesario as the nuncio, but also gives the nuncio instructions to be clamorous and leap all civil bounds. Well, that's ambiguous, because of course the idea of the ambassador is to be civil. This is connecting us to the idea of the carnivalized by taking the normal world and turning it upside down. So here we have a civil ambassador supposed to be doing a job, but is also instructed to be uncivil and clamorous.
Diana's lip is not more smooth and rubious. Thy small pipe is as a maiden's organ, shrill and sound, and all is semblative a woman's part. I know thy constellation is right apt for this affair. Some 4 or 5 attend him, all if you will, for I myself am best when least in company. Prosper well in this, and thou shalt live as freely as thy lord to call his fortunes thine.
I'll do my best to woo your lady. Yet a bar full strife. Whoe'er I woo, myself would be his wife.
She's reached the point where it would actually be a little embarrassing to be able to identify exactly the right moment to say to Orsino, actually, chum, I'm a girl. Because the confession involves an admission of the deceit. An admission of the deceit risks anger on the part of the person deceived, right? There's nothing Viola would want less than the man she loves being angry. There's nothing she'd want less than disappointing this man who seems to have become incredibly excited about the boy she has made herself become. In other words, he has fallen in love with who she's made herself pretend to be, and part of her loves that. But the tragic irony is that that part of her can never be requited.